So, a couple subjects of, probably one subject, illegal activity. Apparently, I don't have documents in front of me. Obviously, I'm driving, and so I can't just pull them up and show them to you. There was a document the FCC sent out, a media release, about some going after sticking a fine to a homeowner of like somebody that's renting a home or, living in their home or whatever. If there is illegal radio activity going on their property, the homeowner is gonna. So isn't that lovely? So you rent out your home to somebody, and then they're doing something illegal, and you're gonna get the fine. And let's say you're not even in the same country as that renter. Yeah, that's really fair, isn't it? But that's the way it works. So illegal activity. If you're talking about Citizens Band here in America, 11 meters, 26.0965. I think it is channel 1 to 27405, channel 40. That could be as much as having an antenna too high in the air. And I believe that technically an antenna is supposed to only be for 11 meters. I think it's like 10 or 20 feet off your roof and no higher than, what is it? I don't remember. But, so you could just have your antenna like up too high and that would be it. Talk to somebody more than 50 or 100 miles away, because technically you're not supposed to shoot skip on CB. So this is just really, really, ridiculous, some of this stuff. And I get it, it's the law, and we should all be abiding by the law. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think the timing of all this is a little odd. But then that brings me to the next media release that's been sent out. And this has been a big discussion here lately on a lot of ham Facebook page, CB Facebook pages I'm part of, and just 2A radio in general. And it talks about how it's illegal to use a radio, and the FCC is going to come and get you. It's illegal to use a radio when you're committing a crime. Wait, what? You're already committing a crime. Do you really think that using a radio while you're committing the crime? But apparently it's like a felon that's robbed a bank with a gun. You're a felon. And it's not like you're a felony that's had it expunged. Are you supposed to have a firearm? I don't think so. But that's a whole nother story too, right? So let me move forward. My phone doesn't like uploading. It takes forever. Videos past a certain point, and I don't know what YouTube's limit is. Heck, I may even get censored for this video. So there is also an article, and I think I have it saved somewhere. I may edit this later on and try to put it in comments or something, description. But there is an article somewhere where it shows, and I don't know, because I don't know the person personally, so that's why I say possibly a patriot. And they're at a rally, and it's quite obvious that this person, of course, he's got a firearm, so media's got to fixate on that too, and so does the FCC, I'm sure. But the guy's got a firearm, and he's obviously also got a Bofang radio. and it shows the Baofeng being used on a frequency that's not in the ham band. So regardless of whether he's a ham or not, so my whole point of saying all this is that, one, to all my Patriot brothers and sisters, the two true ones that are using these Baofengs and these, well, first off, any radio other than one that was designed for it, but mostly Baofengs, and because they're so cheap, stop doing it for a while, or make sure you're only doing it for an emergency situation. Be very mindful with the new how do I say this nicely, president coming up. Supposedly, if it actually happens, the inauguration in a couple days. I think that's a lot why it's got more to do with political. And I know people go, why do you got to bring politics into everything? Well, because let's be honest, politics is at the forefront of everything. It was politics for this and it's politics for that. So we can't, all these Facebook groups that want to say no politics whatsoever. Well, that's great. You can do that. But theoretically, it has to do with politics and policy, the policies of some politicians that got us where we're at a place for pretty much everything. Censorship. That's another thing. It's not about going after people that are doing wrong, really, because there have been people that have been operating 11 meter CB band here in the U.S. And I'm not pointing a finger. I'm not because I really don't care. But there have been people in the Salem, Oregon area, which is my hometown, that for decades have ran massive amount of power, even more power than what's legally allowed for a ham operator, amateur extra class license operator to run. They've ran and they've came over intercom systems of businesses. Businesses have complained to the FCC and were pretty much told to, oh well. So if the FCC really cared about
Dad, how close are you to the house?
what was legal or not, hang on one second, pause. Okay, sorry about that. So, it's really not about people doing the wrong thing. It's about certain people doing the wrong thing. Discrimination, I guess you could call it. Here's what it is. And I think that person at the Baofeng radio, I think it was on the day of Washington, D.C., where the Capitol got stormed, taken over, whatever word you want to use. And honestly, my personal opinion is still out. I'm still not sure that those were actual patriots. Just saying. I know, people are going to be like, you're following too close. You're right, I am. But, so, bottom line, what I'm getting at with this, and I'm almost at my 10-minute mark here, bottom line is that, truthfully, from day one, all the CBs that have ever been modified, hey, raise my hand, because, yeah, I've, over the years, had a CB that was modified that went above channel 40 and below channel 1, and, I've had a few boxes that would, foot warmers, linears, amplifiers, whatever you want to call them, that would do more than the 4 watts on AM and 12 PEP on sideband on 11 meters. I am, obviously I have my ham license now. But that stuff's never really been enforced to some degree. I've heard of things over the years of happening to people, but to be honest, we've had people that would seriously get on the radio here completely drunk and run, 1,000 or so watts of power and taking out half of a block or a whole block neighborhood of people, and the FCC would never do nothing. And so I don't see where the FCC is actually trying to get people to do the right thing. It's more of let's censor certain people. And of course, if you look at the media, even if you don't believe that they were true patriots, if you look at the media, they're all directing it that all the people that stormed the Capitol were all patriots, and because Trump called us to come and take over the Capitol, which is not true. That's not what was said, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But it's more about silencing certain class of people, certain demographic class of people. Is that the right way? I don't know. I'm not going to try to use big fancy words because I don't like big fancy words. Seriously, my main thing in all this chatter, if you're using a Baofeng, speaking of Baofengs and illegal radios, I'm listening to something. I listen to MERS a lot. And so I know that there's traffic out there. Just like with GMRS and FRS, you go down and buy these bubble pack radios, and unless you look at the fine print on GMRS radios, the bubble pack radios, they may be folding back to where they're only doing the legal wattage on FRS. But the truth of the matter is that not all of them do that. And you need to have a license to talk on a GMRS frequency. And to all those people, they're like FRS, GMRS, MURS, MERS, and what does all that mean? Now, I can get into that for another video. It's always been illegal to do illegal activity, and if you're doing illegal activity and you're wearing a bulletproof vest, you're gonna get hammered more and have more of a fine because of that, as opposed to just doing the illegal activity. Illegal activity has always been illegal. A crime is always a crime. Plain and simple. As a ham operator, technically, I'm not even supposed to be legally using any radio other than one that was specifically designed for other radio bands, classifications. I'm not even supposed to be using a ham radio for those frequencies. One of the things that sets ham operators apart, and I don't think that we're better than other people. I'm not one of those guys. Is that we can modify another radio to talk on the ham bands that our license allows us to talk on, and we can legally talk on those bands with that radio that wasn't originally designed for it. But at that point, we're not allowed or not supposed to use that for the original intended purpose of that radio until it's taken into a certified shop and put back to factory within the factory tolerances. Like taking a CB and operating on 10 meter band. It's been done. It can be done with most radios, but we're not supposed to use that then for a CB on CB bands. And so I think that's about it. 15-minute video. Hey y'all, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's about almost 900 hours in Marion County, Oregon. On, I believe, I can't keep track of the days, but I believe the day is the 18th, January 18th of 2021. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Questions, comments, emails. I'm going to start trying to do more videos of like ham radio operations. But I hope you all have a blessed day.